Sunny TV Arsenal, and we're live. And you know what? Some things do not change. Some things do not change. Hello to everyone in the comments. Hello to our Facebook group, Sunny TV Arsenal, and hello to our Facebook partners, Sunny, the Gunners Inside Out page. Thanks for joining us live. We've got a special guest with us, Ben in your all-rain Cambodia.
Yeah.
Ben, what time is it over there, mate?
Oh, it's, where are we now? It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning. Wow, that's commitment for you guys. That's commitment for you from Ben. Ben, all the way from Cambodia, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
I've just finished work, so it's not so bad actually. Because actually, my club shuts about now, and we've just had a nightmare watching the football, which you know.
Ben, what did you make of the game, mate?
Well, before the game, I would have said it's the one thing you can't predict. We've had a long break. We don't know what's going to happen. There's players coming back. There's players for all kinds of things. It's the first time in 46 years I've watched football that I could honestly say I have no idea what's going to happen. But then it was like there wasn't a break in the season. It was like we went straight back to where we finished and took 4 steps back. We got very unlucky losing Xhaka because I think he's improved a lot. And, you know, we never got to see him play. In the first half, we sort of held out not too bad, but we created nothing, absolutely nothing. But at the same time, we didn't really give much away. So we were kind of good. And, you know, when we conceded the goal, we were all like, oh, God, here we go. And then, of course, David Luiz should never wear an Arsenal shirt again, in my opinion. And as we know, from there, it was like we just jumped on a water slide and fell down.
We've also got Igal with us. Igal, how are you feeling, mate?
Can you guys stop scapegoating Xhaka and just realize that he's our best midfielder? Today shows you he's our best midfielder. You guys need to stop getting on his back. What?
We didn't say anything bad about Xhaka. We lost him.
No, I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying it's in general. If today we learn anything, we've learned that David Luiz is pretty much 2020. Definition of 2020. Next thing we learned, Arteta, he doesn't like David Luiz, but he still doesn't. He trusts him more than Holding because Holding wasn't even on the bench. Another thing we've learned, we don't have any squad depth. I actually thought you could consider our kids depth, but you can't consider them depth. They don't provide anything in a game like this. And Aubameyang playing on the left when you have Saka playing on the right. Arteta, play the guys in the correct positions. All I ask. I know you're new on the job and you know better than we do. But as a fan, I would either want to see Martinelli on the left and Pepe on the right, or somebody playing in the right position, because even Nelson should have started on that position, not Saka. And Mustafi and David Luiz, bro, just clowns.
Ben, team lineup today, mate. What did you make of it? What was Arteta trying to do?
I think he was trying to make a tactical battle. I think he looked at the tactics because he knows Guardiola. And I think it's a game that's out of character for any other game that he's going to prepare for. So he's obviously looked at the players in training. He's gone through a huge gap like everybody else has. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, we're not playing Brighton today. We're playing City. So when you look at him, you look at the lineup and, you know, for us, we want to, you know, we're looking at it like a new season as fans. We want to see Martinelli in there. I mean, the most exciting part of the day was seeing Tierney and Saka on the left. I mean, that was a really good lineup. But, you know, it all went wrong early and there was no plan B, got more substitutions. And, you know, we just felt a bit after that. But
you know what, Ben? I think Adam Chowdhury is making a very fantastic point here, You know, before the game, the majority of Arsenal fans would have started with David Luiz. Just shows after one game, everyone changes their opinion. Do you know what, Adam? I make you 100% right, mate. I make you 100% right. Everyone was saying David Luiz was their best defender before today. You're 100% spot on.
Adam, I apologize. I was one of those guys saying David Luiz has to stay for his leadership next season. I've seen the light.
The minute Luiz came on, I was standing there with 2 Arsenal fans in the bar, and we all said, how long until he gives away a penalty? We know this. This is predictable. He is from the twilight.
It happened to me too.
Does it?
Let him finish his point, Miguel. Let him finish his point. Go on, Ben.
He gives away too many penalties. He makes far too many mistakes. He did it at Chelsea. He's a decent player in a good team, but he's not a good player to bring a team forward. We've seen that. I mean, all the years of Welsh football, you know what he's going to do. And he made no attempt to win the ball. The guy was faster than him. He was better than him. And all he's done is pulled a guy back. He's received a red card, gave away a penalty, lost us the game, which we probably would have lost anyway in reality. But the thing is, there was never any coming back after that.
Did you hear his interview after the game?
No.
David Luiz was saying that for the last 2 months, he should have made a decision on his future 2 months ago. While we've been in this lockdown, basically he wants to stay at Arsenal. He said Mikel Arteta want him, but the Arsenal hierarchy haven't decided whether they want to give him his contract extension yet, and basically that's unsettled him. It's the point he was trying to make, and he said he was coming to the game and he was trying to hint at the fact that he hasn't had a good time of it lately because Arsenal haven't given him this 1 year option. And also, Arteta also said before the game, David Luiz for the last few days hasn't been the same person because he's obviously walking around with the hump because he wants to stay in London. So he's a player whose mind was not focused on the game today.
Well, yeah, but that's, at the end of the day, you put a contract in front of Tony Adams. He wouldn't even read it. He'd just sign it. Put a contract in front of the three of us or anybody else that's watching this. If we get a chance to play for Arsenal, you just sign it. You know you're going to get paid. David Luiz is so worried about this, that, and the other. He's not an Arsenal player.
Do you want me to get the video on the screen, Sonny?
Yeah, get the video. I'll get a video up of David Luiz's interview. That'd be really helpful. Also, as well, for 40 minutes, for 45 minutes, I think Arteta's tactics were working. Yeah, because he never went out to win the game. Let's face it, he didn't go out to win the game. He went out to basically hit Manchester City on the break. And the way they was going to do that is only one idea he's got, and that was to put a long ball down the middle, and for Nketiah or either one of the defenders to run into it. Yeah, let's listen to this. Go on, Miguel.
You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Made the decision that you wanted to come out and speak to us. What is it that you want to say? Simple as that.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Play, I should take another decision in the last 2 months. They didn't. So today is the team I think did well, especially after we did 10 minutes. The coach is amazing, all the players did amazing. That's my fault. Sorry, because of the distance, I didn't quite catch that. You see, yeah, you should have made a different decision. I should have taken a different decision in the last 2 months. And I didn't. It was all about my contract, whether they or not. I have more 14 days to be here, and that's it. So today was my contract.
What decision do you think you should have taken?
No, different decision to try to decide my future, to try to decide as early as possible, but I didn't.
So you've made the decision that you wanted to come out and speak to.
Yeah, weird one. It's a weird one. Just a super chat from Zane. Thanks, Zane. If Spurs win, it's a new nightmare on Elm Street. Don't make a difference what Spurs do. It's a nightmare on Elm Street anyway for Arsenal. I just want to say to David Luiz. David Luiz, I know you're not watching, mate, but I just want to make a point to David Luiz. David Luiz, if you want to watch Sunny TV Arsenal on catch up, bruv, just click on YouTube and subscribe. And he's blaming his contract, but what was your excuse, David Luiz, for your contract extension and your mistakes when you've done the same thing against Chelsea, you've done the same thing against Liverpool as well? That's when you just signed a fresh contract, and that was furthest from your mind. So basically, you are a shit footballer, and you're past your best. But you know what? Go on, Ben.
Right, he's not a shit footballer. He's definitely not. Anybody that plays in the Premier League, he's had a fantastic career, but he's in the twilight of his career. And he makes too many mistakes. And we have a young team and some good players, a young, ambitious manager who want to bring this team forward. And if David Luiz had the leadership skills that we hoped he had when we signed him, he would be bringing us forward. But the reality is he makes so many mistakes that actually he brings our young players back. And I would rather see a 19-year-old defender making the same mistakes that can improve. Not since the years of Gus Caesar have I seen anybody make the mistakes David Luiz has made.
You know what? I do love our fans in Nigeria, but you're so deluded, a lot of you. I'm sorry to have to say that. Bayo Kaka, thanks for joining us tonight, my brother. And hopefully you subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more content which is not on Facebook, on Sunny TV Arsenal, on YouTube. So subscribe, please. Right. Basically, this is the reason for Arteta playing kids. He knew he could not play his senior players because he didn't want to waste his senior players. Do you seriously believe that, my friend, or are you just trying to make yourself feel better? Because the senior players are just as bad as young ones at the moment. But the young ones have got an excuse because they're young. The senior players have got no excuse, and then the senior players are the ones who are useless.
Guys, let's be real here. The person to blame is not Arteta. It's not the players. It's the fact that the board consistently do the same thing. You brought in David Luiz. He didn't start today. He was 8 million on the bench. You brought in Pepe, 72 million on the bench. You brought in Ceballos, loan that cost you 10 million, started on the bench. Do you want me to continue? You brought in Pablo Mari, got injured in like 2 minutes, has barely played. This guy's not the solution to anything.
You know what though?
Okay?
It doesn't
Cedric,
make a difference.
Let me finish.
Cedric's injured, bruv.
Okay, my point was, all that money could have been spent on a big signing like a Koulibaly, 72 million, 8 million from David Luiz, 10 million from Ceballos, 8 million from Pablo Mari. Take all that money, give it to Napoli, put Koulibaly in the middle of our defense. Game changer, mate.
It's a game changer in defence, but it's not a game changer in midfield because the midfield is still shit.
Do the same thing in the midfield. They
have to do the same thing in midfield, you're right.
Buy one star player to change the squad. The difference between Aubameyang and buying a Lacazette is Aubameyang is already known, world-renowned known star. He's going to score goals. You get a Koulibaly, world-renowned known. If you get an Upamecano, he could turn into a David Luiz, even though I know Upamecano's class.
I'm going to let Ben come back on that. I just want to read out Kex O'Neill's point. Kex, I hope you subscribe on YouTube, bro. Because basically this is the only channel which we let all Arsenal fans come on the podcast. I'll say the same as well. I'm going to actually put a link in the comments. So anyone who wants to join the podcast, click on the link. The link is now in the comments, so you come and join us.
I'm going to put the link in the title.
I just put a link in the comments just now. I just want to, Kex has just said Luiz should not have been sent off. He should have been sent off, bro. Seriously, he's pulled the geezer back in the penalty box. He should have been sent off. You know, he's been sent off twice already for the same thing.
Don't be deluded.
Go on, Ben. What was you going to say?
Look, the thing is, we don't know these guys as far as their home lives, what they've been through, the way they're thinking. Right? They're footballers. As far as we're concerned, we only see them when they play football. Right? We don't know. When I listen to David Luiz like that, to be honest, what I'd like to do is grab him by the neck and throw him out. You know, he's got some stupid rubbish around his head. He looks like a complete idiot. And we're paying this guy a fortune to represent the Arsenal. And this guy, I mean, can you imagine what Tony Adams would do to David Luiz? Seriously. I mean,
he'll have him pinned up against the wall. Che, I have to take umbrage against you with this one, mate. I know you're defending me, but even though I expect Arsenal to lose, mate, I'm always disappointed when they lose.
Of course. This David Luiz is not an Arsenal player. That's the reality. We've learned that. That interview just shows everything. We need guys that will fight for this club. I like Xhaka. Xhaka will fight for this club. He will do it. Aubameyang will play his best football. Now, whether it is at Arsenal or whether he has to move on, that's not in our control. That's between the club, the player. But the reality is you know, Tierney, Saka. I mean, these kids coming through. These are actually exciting. We've actually got some decent players. Leno, we've got probably the best keeper in the Premiership these days. So we've got positives to take out. We've got a young, exciting manager in Arteta. We have something that makes the game worth watching and makes the club exciting. What we need to do is you know, they've got to work out what to do with Ozil because obviously that's a problem and that's costing us ridiculous amount of money.
I
doing?
think Ozil showed that he's played his last game for Arsenal. Maximus is with us, guys. Also in the comments, please hit the like button and subscribe, and also look out for the link to come onto the stream. It's in the comments. So just as Maximus has just joined us all the way from you're in Canada, aren't you, Maximus?
Toronto.
Wait 1 second.
Turn your volume down, Maximus. Maximus, turn your volume down, mate. We can hear you.
Wait 1 second.
Right, Maximus, you with us? So he's gone again. Mullah, you just try and join the stream. Try and join again, my bro. Go on, you go.
People on Facebook. I sent a link in the Facebook descriptions also.
Give some positives. Give some positives from that.
Okay, first off was well organised.
I'll give you a positive. I'll say we have realized in this one game that we have realized our faults, and hopefully the board are now going to take action and get rid of the likes of David Luiz and actually get the spine to get in better defenders.
We'll see what's happening in the season. Murat, where you been, Murat? Where are you? Nasılsın be Murat?
Man.
Murat's one of my Turkish cousins. Murat nasılsın be? İyisin?
Murat, what did you think of the game, mate?
I'm alright. How are you guys doing? How did you find the game?
No, listen, we're asking you. You come on. You give us your opinion.
It's a hard one to give an opinion on. Obviously, we've had a bit of a break. For me, coming back to a game that is always going to be tough as well. I feel like we can't judge straight away, especially after the time off they've all had. I know obviously City and everyone else have had the same time off, but I think the starting lineup sort of gave it away where I don't think the players are still ready to come back, and he was sort of forced to go with what he put out. But overall, I mean, it's over the next few weeks is going to be sort of more. It's going to give us more of an understanding of what's going on and how these players are going to perform for the next for the rest of the season.
Murat, I think Zaki Hassan's taken a piss. What do you think?
Huh?
I think Zaki Hassan's taken a piss. What do you reckon? Maximus, give us your rundown on the game, my bruv.
To be fair, like the lineup, it was shocking. I'll be honest, but I think I understood what he was going for. I think he was trying to take the approach where he was going to go for the young, energetic legs, try to press Man City and possibly hit them on the break. But it kind of just brings up my point. Like I know I keep reemphasizing the fact that we don't have a creative midfield whatsoever. Kind of goes to show that we created 0 chances, zero shots on target today. I mean, I think Arteta had the right plan. I think it was okay. You know what? Try to force some errors, stay as compact. We were pretty defensively solid. Obviously, I thought Mari was really good at controlling the game as well. Because if you look at Mari's passing out from the back as opposed to Luis, who tends to go longer when he's trapped, Mari was kind of keeping the game on the control, passing into the midfield, into the midfielders on the half turn, and we were able to kind of spring an attack from there. And as soon as he went off, that all just dissipated. But in all fairness, man, I think, I mean, Luis is just calamitous. There's nothing to talk about there. But the fact that we have this supposed, world-class striker who hasn't scored against the top 6 teams that we're so eager to keep. And I'm not being facetious here, but I'm just kind of spewing the facts that he hasn't scored against any of the top 6 teams. And we created nothing for him today, like absolutely nothing. He was just a frustrated figure out there, and I could understand why. And it's just kind of deplorable to watch that, Arsenal, I mean, the mighty Arsenal, quote unquote, playing a game, not creating any clear-cut chances. I mean, it's despicable to watch. It was absolutely exasperating. But I mean, obviously, David Luiz coming on, I think, was a turning point for the game.
Guys, look, here's a link. Guys, the link is in the comments. Come on to the stream. Come on. Let's hear your opinions.
Yeah, I think somebody made a point earlier about Xhaka, and I mean, not to kind of refute the point. Yeah, and not to kind of refute the point or, step on it. But I don't think it would have made any difference whether he stayed on the pitch or not. To be quite fair, he doesn't cover any ground. He's horrible in a challenge. I think I was giving you some stats a couple weeks ago where it's like Xhaka gives up the most fouls that have led to direct goals, I think, in Europe or something like that. So for me personally, I just think City was just playing in first or second gear, and then they obviously started turning it up. Essentially, they would have scored anyway. I believe they would have scored regardless of whether who was on the pitch or not. We were just doing a great job of containing them, and we looked okay, but they were playing in second gear, in all fairness.
Guys, let's do quick player ratings. Let's do a quick player ratings, yeah? Let's go Leno. Obviously, he's our man of the match. Guys, what do you give him? Everyone in the comments as well, give me your player ratings for Leno. Miguel, go on quickly. No explanations, just give your numbers.
8.
8. Ben?
8.
8. Maximus?
9.
9. Murat?
7.
7. I'll give him a 9 as well. Let's go Bellerin. Zaki Hassan said he's world class today. Miguel?
7.
Ben?
7.
As Ben gave his?
6.
Gone. I want to try and put the comments up as well here. So read them out as your turn goes along. Go on, Maximus.
8.5.
What 8.5 Bellerin?
Yeah, he was stopping everything. He was one-on-one with Sterling quite a few times. He did pretty well in my opinion.
All right, go on with that. 7. I'll give him 7 as well. All right, let's go to the other side. The left back Tierney.
He gets an 8 for me.
7.
Just favour, boys. Just when you put your comments in, try and put the player's name next to it so I can know who you, or at least their letter, please, so I know who you're talking about. Tierney, I'll give a 5. I don't think he's done anything special.
Wow,
You're harsh.
That's nothing. I don't think we noticed him in the game first. Yeah, all we've done was play the ball backwards. Right, let's go to the middle of the park. Pablo Mari.
He didn't play long enough. Nothing.
All right, we won't rate him. Okay. Someone who did play long enough. Mustafi.
I'll give him a 5.
I thought he had a good game. Ben.
He gave away the last goal. He fell down and did a John Stone.
He didn't fall down. He was trying to slide to stop the ball. Maximus.
7, and that's yeah.
Mustafi, guys, in the comments. Give us your comments on Mustafi.
I'm gonna go for 6.
6. I'll go.
Guys, the link is in the description to join us.
I'll give him a 7. I thought it was all right. All right, let's go. David Luiz. This should be interesting.
For his 27 minutes, I'll give him a -10. So nothing.
Ben.
Yeah, he'd probably score about a 2 in reality.
Maximus.
0. Like, I don't think he contributed anything to the game. His passing was horrible, and then obviously giving away the goal and the penalty. I mean, you can't give him a score for that performance.
If Black Lives might matter, but David Luiz is one don't to me, to be honest with you. I'll give him a 0.
He's a clown. That's what I call him.
I'll give him a 0. Let's go to midfield. Granit Xhaka wasn't on for long enough. We won't bother marking him. Ceballos.
4.
To me, he gets a 6.
Ben.
5.
Maximus.
4, and I like Ceballos.
Murat.
I'm gonna say 4 as well.
I'm gonna say 4 as well. I think Murat's on spot on. Let's go. Player next to him, Joe Willock. Oh no, Guendouzi.
I didn't notice him. He gets a 5.
He held the ball on for too long. He should have noticed him.
So here's the thing. In the first 15-20 minutes, if you look at the game, he was cleaning up a lot because he was pressuring a lot of the players. It's like tactically we were good. I thought he wasn't too bad in the first 15 minutes, and I'm highly critical of Guendouzi. I mean, so it was interesting, and it's all of a sudden the game, I don't know what happened, but he just switched off. For me, I'm giving him a 4 as well.
Pioneer, what do you give Guendouzi, bruv? Pioneer's not with us. Go on. Go, Murat, what do you give Guendouzi, bruv?
5.
5. I'll give him a 3. But let's go, Joe Pillock.
Another guy who gets 5 from me.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5. He's inexperienced. I was very surprised he started the game. And in all fairness, they've obviously prepared with Xhaka. That's the key. They've prepared with Xhaka. Both Guendouzi, they all have. And losing Xhaka early, that killed our midfield.
Ruthless Schooner, come on, bruv. Ruthless Schooner, come on. We're waiting for you to come on.
Link is in the description.
Links in the description. Come on. Joe Pillock, Maximus.
A 3. I actually thought he was absolutely useless.
Yep. Murat.
I'm gonna say 4.
I'll go 4 as well. Let's go. Who else was there? Who else was there? Saka.
He gets 6.
I'll
I'll
give
give
him
him a 5.
I'll give him a 5. He was disappointing today. He certainly wasn't match fit. His brain wasn't working. And Saka's one of my favourite players. I think he's going to be awesome in the future. But today, he just was not there.
Pioneer, you there? Pioneer's not there either.
Yeah, I'm here. Guys.
Oh, you are there. You are there. Pioneer, what you give? Who was we doing? Was we doing
Saka.
Saka? What you give Saka, mate?
I think he's about 6. I think
Give him
he's
6.
all right.
Maximus.
Yeah.
5 for me.
5. Murat. Murat, what do you give Saka, bruv?
Yeah, like I said, 5 for his effort.
5. I'll give him 3 for nothing. He didn't do fuck all in the game, mate. Let's go, Batman.
5.
5. Ben, what do you give Batman, bruv?
Oh, God, I have to give him like a 3. You know, he's capable of so much more.
Well, the fact that you gave him oh God, I'm going to mark him down 1. He's now 2. Pioneer, what do you give? What do you give him?
Yeah, probably 2. I don't remember him doing much, to be honest.
Yeah, we give him a 2. Top striker, you there?
Yeah.
What do you give a Batman, bro?
He was ghosting the whole game, so I'd say maybe a 2.
2.
I don't know. He hasn't done much, yeah.
You give him a 2 and a 3, which makes a 5, or do you give him a 2 or a 3?
I don't even know which one's worse.
give him a 2. Give him a 2. Give him a 2. All right. Maximus, what do you give him?
I think he was just about as useful as David Luiz, so I'd give him a 1 personally.
You know what? What would you give him?
5.
5. I'll give him a 0, bro. I think it's shit.
Yeah, he was absolute shit.
It was absolute shit. It was absolute
How
shit.
does a world-class striker, like in a big game, it's not even involved in any of the build-up play, nothing. He's not dropping deep. I don't know, man.
Eddie was way better.
Ben, we're gonna have to lose you now, Ben, because we've got too many people on the stream. We're waiting for you to come up, and I'm gonna let you get to bed because I'm mindful it's 5 o'clock in the morning over there.
All right, good.
Listen, shout out your Ben. Before you go, shout out your Facebook group in Cambodia, bruv.
Oh yeah, the Arsenal Cambodia.
And we want to work with you guys in the future, don't we?
Yes, yeah, we've got a big one coming up for the cup quarter-final, which hopefully we're going to win.
Let's get it sorted out. We'll talk on Facebook after you've slept.
No worries. Okay.
Take care, my bro.
Mate, take care.
Right,
Bring Pioneer back.
Pioneer's back as well. Right, guys, Pioneer, give us your thoughts on the game.
Like, to be honest, I said 4-1 at the start. That was like my prediction, but like I just thought it didn't matter how the game went. I just thought we're gonna lose anyway. I just thought City are just way too strong for us. Like, if you look at the players that they brought on, like there was just too much quality there. So I thought it didn't matter how long like we defended for. Eventually, they were just gonna break us down, and they were just gonna get the goals. So, like, even though people are saying, "Oh yeah, Mari got injured, Jack got injured, it disrupted the game," you know, David Luiz was the turning point, you know, that doesn't matter because eventually City were just going to score goals.
That's exactly what I said.
Happen.
Yeah.
Guys in the comments, we've got revolving people on, people off tonight, yeah? So, like Pioneer and Top Striker, they're both naked. They decided to do it in the dark, right? So, if you want to turn your cameras on or not, it's up to you lot. But Pioneer and Top Striker are both naked. They're doing it without their camera on. I hope you two are not in the same room.
Link is in the description.
Top Striker.
Let me jump in here.
Go on in.
This game, I just want to show you guys the actual stats. because I know you guys know I love the stats, but there's a stat that you guys all mentioned. We didn't get a shot on goal. How is Arsenal going game in, game out without a shot on goal? We let 17 shots. They got 11 of those shots on goal, 65% possession, 35% possession for us. They gave away 10 fouls. Who cares? But they only got 1 yellow. How do they give away 10 fouls, get 1 yellow? We give away 2
Tactical
fouls
fouling.
and we get.
They're very good at tactical fouling. Whenever you get, I was looking at like a tactical analysis of Guardiola. Essentially, when players like the opposition gets into a certain area that might be considered a danger area, he has the midfielders or generally like the left back commit a foul just to stop the play and stop build up. Like the opposition from like an attacking perspective, they're very very clever at doing that. I think somebody was accusing them of doing. I think it was Marino like last season or something was accusing them of doing that time and time again. But it works for them, right? The problem for us is that we don't create chances, man. Like that's the problem. We have this like like we love sitting on these like forums and talking about how great these young players are. They're not really that great. Let's be honest, they're not, man. I think we just love hyping up these garbage players. I keep saying it. Like these players are trash.
Who's garbage? Who's garbage?
Most of our players, I think, a lot of our young players are bang average, and I'm trying to be honest here. Like I think Saka is a good player. I think he's a good player. He's not great. I think he's a decent player.
Name the people you're calling garbage.
In my opinion, I think
they're all garbage.
I think Willock is not good enough. Personally, I don't think he's good enough. I mean, obviously Shaq is not a young player, but I don't think he makes the top 15 teams in the Premier League. In my opinion, he wouldn't walk into any of their midfield, but somehow he's in ours, and everybody makes excuses for him. He's had a great match. He's doing so much. Like, what is he doing exactly, though? Like, you compare him to any other player in his position, they do way better than him, with the exception of Etienne Capoue. Statistically, Shaq is one of the worst midfielders in the Premiership. Statistically.
No,
so
wait. I'm not talking about that. I'm challenging you on the point where you're saying
I just
the kids are not good enough.
In my opinion, I think Martinelli is a really good prospect. I think he's a fantastic player. I think Saka is, in my opinion, a decent upcoming player. But I think we laud these players and herald them as being like fantastic, like they're the next Cesc Fabregas or something. They're not. Like these players don't. In my opinion, they don't produce in big games. It's like we score against the minnows in the Europa League and everybody has an orgasm and think like, you know what, Arsenal are on the up and coming. We're not. Like we have to be honest about ourselves. Like Foden is a quality player. Let's be realistic here. He's probably better than most of our senior players to begin with. I mean, I just don't think we have the quality that we believe that we do. Like players that like Chelsea, for example, they have quality young players. Like our players don't produce though.
Let me stop you there.
Before you do, one second, before you make your point, hold your point a second. I just want to read out Bruce Lee's point. Bruce Lee, Maximus saying that Arsenal young players have done nothing yet, nor did Brandon Lee, and then he died. So go on, you go.
Wow, harsh. Okay, let me show you today. Today, Arteta's decision making on how to set up the team didn't favor us. But when you're calling out the young players, yes, Joe Willock has not performed on a high level, but he's still one of our highest goal scoring midfielders. So take that as you will.
Where in the Premiership? What are you talking about?
No, on our team, he's our best scoring midfielder.
Anyone scored one goal, we could be our highest scoring midfielder.
Okay, Sonny, let me talk. You let Maximus talk. Let me finish my point.
Yeah, but you got to let us answer. Once you made your point, you got to let us answer your point.
Okay, do you guys want to talk? Or do you want me to talk? My point is, Saka is leading. He's leading the whole all of Europe when it comes to kids under the age of 20 in assists.
Okay,
Eddie Nketiah just came back. I can't judge him yet. Guendouzi he's had a very bad season, but yet he's still what, 21?
He's 21. Sorry,
Okay.
before you move on, sorry to cut you off. Guendouzi's 21, right? Guendouzi's 21. In 106 matches, he's had 0 goals and 1 assist. And people make it out to seem that, he's a center defensive midfielder. He's actually not. At Lorient, I think he was playing as an attacking midfielder. So you're not getting any production from Guendouzi besides falling over on the ball 90% of the times. And I'm not trying to be highly critical here, but we think that these players are quality. This is the problem that we have. At 21, Cesc Fabregas was leading the Premiership in assists season after season. You know what I mean? Like, this is, to me, this should be the barometer of having a great midfield. That midfield with Cesc Fabregas wasn't even able to win the Premiership. And we're looking at players like Guendouzi who are absolute garbage, where now our opponents are even far superior to what they were before. And we're expected to do what with these players, right? Arsenal fans, and I think this is where we delude ourselves. We keep telling ourselves that, I get it, it's psychology. We keep telling ourselves, like, these guys are great. Like, we have all these great kids. These kids are not that great. They're not nothing special. You're not getting any productivity from Guendouzi. What are you getting from Guendouzi? If you know what, I would succumb to this if you tell me what is it that Guendouzi does well.
Guendouzi right now, his job this game was to be a second register, to pass the ball to get the ball from the back, receive the ball from the back, and pass it on.
And that's the barometer of having a that's the barometer of a great midfielder, right?
Gail, can I say something there? Is that right? Right.
Go ahead.
Michael Jackson also had great kids, but it didn't stop him from hanging them over the balcony.
Okay, I don't get where that came from. Okay, let me say this. Okay, when you're giving somebody an opportunity to play in a game, and they're what, 18, 21, 19, you have to understand that these guys, Eddie Nketiah, Saka, Joe Willock, you could even put a Guendouzi in there. These four guys that started today, they're basically hang out there to dry. Anything they did good was we'd hang on to and be happy about. But today they had a terrible performance, and it was arguably against the second best team in the league, arguably one of the best teams in Europe. So Eddie Nketiah, the jury's still out on him. Joe Willock, he's shown that he has goals in him, and he will contribute to our midfield going forward. And I genuinely believe he's one of the better options that we have in our midfield, attacking-wise, out of our midfield.
And you know what? You're entitled to that. I think you're entitled to that opinion.
Let me finish before you cut me off again. I didn't even get to my Saka. Saka has gotten, 11 assists, the most assists out of all the players on our team. He's contributed above and beyond players like Pepe and even guys the likes of Iwobi that we had. He's done better than those guys, even from last year. Guendouzi has scored one goal with Arsenal in the Europa League. Yes, he hasn't contributed attacking-wise too much, but don't forget the first month of the season in September, he was the player of the month. He literally carried us against the Spurs. He brought us back against Aston Villa. Just because today they had a bad performance, don't let it cloud your judgment over everything.
It's not clouding my judgment. It's not clouding my judgment. The fact is,
I'm not attacking you directly. I argue my point. My last point is, one game can change your opinion like a swindulum. Tomorrow they have a good game, you're going to say yes. But remember, before this game, guys were saying Mustafi and David Luiz were our best center-back pairing before we started this game. So it just goes to show you how an opinion can change.
No, I don't think my opinion's going to dither based on the fact that, Guendouzi, I don't know what good game you think he had, I guess, or whatever, against Aston Villa, sure. The fact is, he's not a quality player. If you believe that, that's great. And I think we're going to keep clinging on to this hope. And that's why we're going to be a mid-table team for the foreseeable future, because we keep thinking that these garbage players are actually better than they are. That's the problem. Like, we keep saying this. Like, how long have we been saying this? Like, these players are great. This player is fantastic. He's up and coming. Eddie Nketiah. If you truly believe Eddie Nketiah is going to be a top scorer in the Premiership in the next 5 years, I mean, come on, mate. You're smoking something. Let's be realistic here.
Don't put words in my mouth.
That's my point. My point is, we have these kind of players like Eddie Nketiah, for example. He's not destined to be a great striker. Guys, if you look at Nketiah play, he's not destined to be a great striker.
Guys, there are other people on the stream as well, so we've got to let everyone get a word in, yeah? Okay.
Go ahead.
I actually agree with Maximus, by the way. Top striker. What's your views on the young boys? Top striker, are you there?
What was that again?
What's your views on the young ones, bruv?
I don't even know, man. I think we should sell all our players, man.
What? That just put me in the coffin and just nailed it.
Championship, bro.
That should put me in the coffin and just put nails on it and put all the soil on top.
Just send them back to where they. I just want David Luiz stranded in an island. Just leave him there.
Pioneer, how about you? You're about the same age as some of these Arsenal youngsters. What do you reckon?
Wow. Well, actually, I'm 23, but okay, Sonny.
Well, actually, you're older. Pioneer, I thought actually you're younger. Go on, mate. Pioneer, you should be world class. You just cemented your place by now. Go on, mate.
Exactly, yeah. No, I think most youngsters are, there's talent there, obviously, but the way that us as Arsenal fans kind of hype them up is wrong. Like, we talk about stats that aren't even relevant, that aren't goals or assists.
Pioneer, at the youngsters, which ones are not good enough? Which ones are good enough, mate?
We're gonna talk about that in
Okay,
I got a picture.
just the ones that I'd keep definitely would be Martinelli and Saka. Just off the top of my head, those are the two that stand out for me.
Martinelli can't get a game at the moment. I don't know what's going on with that one. Muller, how about you, mate? Who do you think should?
I agree with Miguel. I think we do have a good setup. Obviously, we've chucked them into a game where the team that we play, they are champions. Like, we do need to remember that.
I thought Nketiah was our best player today, by the way.
Pardon?
Yeah,
I thought Nketiah was our best player today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, that first opportunity he had where he didn't, I'm pretty sure he didn't think he was offside, and he skied it over the bar. I mean, he should have put that away, but he had a great game.
Versus has been watching too many films. Versus is saying they should have complete immunity. The youngsters have now got immunity from prosecution in this podcast.
But honestly, for me though, I think the young talent that we got coming through, for me, I am excited to see what they're gonna do. Saka, Martinelli, Willock is 50-50 for me, but everyone else, I'm really excited and see what they're gonna do. Obviously, like I said, we've thrown them in the deep end today. They didn't perform, but there's always gonna be other days where they are gonna get a chance, and I'm sure they're gonna thrive under it.
Mate, sure. Yeah. To be honest with you, for me, top striker. Why you join the link back 25 times, bro? You only need to join it once. For me, Willock is not good enough to play for Arsenal, and neither is Guendouzi out of our youngsters. Go on, Maximus. Go on.
I just honestly, the Guendouzi thing for me is actually laughable, man. I just think there's nothing there. If you look at Guendouzi and the way he tries to dictate possession, what people say he does, whatever you say with Arsenal fans, they're always going to be an excuse. Whether he's just there to rotate and turn over possession. That's his role essentially as a midfielder. Fantastic, sure. So no matter what you say, there's always going to be a pivot onto something else. I just don't think there's quality in there. That's the truth. Like, there's no quality. If you look at Guendouzi, he takes way too long on the ball, and people make excuse that he's young and he's learning the game. That doesn't change. He's 21 years old. He should have learned. Like, if you look at players like even Gilmore at Chelsea, as soon as he gets the ball, he already sees a pass like 5-10 seconds before the ball even comes to him. That's quality midfielders.
Maximus, in England, we got a thing called lollipop men, right? And lollipop ladies. What they do, they stand on the zebra costume with a white yellow jacket and a lollipop stick, right? So if you put Guendouzi or Willock, right, in that lollipop outfit with a stick, they couldn't even direct kids crossing the road to go to school.
Yeah, but it's just like that's the problem I think we have, man. We keep, you know what?
The point he just made with Gilmore and Guendouzi, they're two different midfielders, though.
Okay, so essentially you're saying that Gilmore, just because he's an attacking midfielder, he should just have the senses and the awareness to know that, okay, I'm under pressure, I should probably release the ball now. So let me guess, that's the argument, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, his job is literally to get the ball and create, like, to go forward. I feel like with Guendouzi, it's a lot different. So
where did Guendouzi play at Lorient? Most of the games he played through his career.
Yeah,
what about the 18 games he played for him?
Like, how many years ago now? Like,
yeah, just a few years ago.
He's playing for Arsenal now, and he's got a different role where he's playing in the midfield. Like, his job is to sit there.
When he was playing as an attacking midfielder, he wasn't doing anything as an attacking midfielder. He was doing absolutely nothing. He scored 0 goals and 0 assists as an attacking central midfielder.
Guys, let's change the topic a bit first. Or before I go on to the future of Lacazette and Ozil, Gal, do you want to come in with something else first?
Yeah, I do. I got this image here. If you guys can see it,
yeah.
There you got all the kids, right? So I'm just gonna go through them. Mavropanos, that's a no.
For what purpose? Let's everyone in the comments. Give everyone in the comments a chance to answer. Yeah. N for no, Y for yes. Yeah.
So Mavropanos,
Mavropanos.
everyone agreeing? Mavropanos a no?
It's a hell no.
Guys?
Yeah, I'd say no. Yeah.
It's a no for me.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Then you got Reece Nelson next.
1000% yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys?
I'd say yes as well.
Sonny?
Top striker, what do you say? Top striker's not saying a lot. I'll say no. I'll say no.
Okay. Maximus?
No for me.
Okay. I'm keeping Eddie.
What?
I mean, not Eddie. Reece Nelson, because he's only 20 years old. And I think I've
So
seen enough.
is Jadon Sancho.
I've seen enough in 2 games, one against what was it, Everton, and the other one against Chelsea, to think that he could easily be a good rotation player and possibly push forward as he gets older. But remember, when he's only 20 years old. Rob Holding, 24. What do you guys think?
No.
No chance.
Yes.
Well, you can say yes to everybody, bro.
Nah,
Who's that?
I'll
I'd say
see
yeah.
why I'm gonna say yes.
Why are you going to say
Yeah.
yes?
The reason why I say yes to Holding, yeah, because
'Cause you're stoned.
No, hold on. The reason why I'm saying yes to Rob Holding, yeah, is because we know he had that long injury. He was out for a long time. He's obviously come back into the squad, and I feel like he didn't have enough run of games for him to try and get his match fitness and his form back. That's why I'm saying yes. But before he got injured, he was our best defender by far.
That's not saying much though, but fair enough.
It's not. He's Maximus. You're right. That's not saying much. Holding, the jury's out on him. But if I had a gun to my head, I'd probably sell him. Chambers. I think Chambers has been one of our best players this season. He's 25 years old. I'm keeping him.
He's injured anyway. We have a choice.
No, he's back. I think,
Yeah,
but he's not
I'd keep
fully
him
fit yet.
for sure.
I'll say that then. We can. Is he all right? Whatever. Okay. I'll say sell him as well.
Stop pushing it.
Top striker, you there?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Bruv, if you're going to be in part stream, bruv, you've got to stay awake, bro. I don't know how old you are, but you've got to stay up. Go on. Chambers, bruv.
My Wi-Fi is bugging out. I can't lie.
Yeah, go on. Just yes or no.
Bugging out.
Kill him or keep him?
I'll say Saka.
Suspense is killing me. We're on Chambers, bruv. We're on Chambers.
We're in Chambers.
I think
man.
Saka's decent. But
We're on
Chambers,
Chambers,
I don't know
bruv.
about Chambers.
We're talking about
Chambers
Chambers.
should be playing like
Okay.
Chambers.
He wait-
He's
he wait-
not Arsenal level.
He's not on Arsenal level, top striker saying.
Yeah, I used to rate him, but he's like a championship. I'll say like.
Championship
Yeah,
quality.
he's not Arsenal levels. He's not Arsenal levels.
Okay.
Go on, next one.
He's not Arsenal levels.
Saka.
But he's decent.
Can
He's better than Luiz.
1 second. Can we agree to skip Saka, Saliba, and Tierney?
Yeah.
Everyone agree?
100%.
Yeah.
And Martinelli as well.
Okay. And Martinelli?
Yeah.
Okay, go straight to Inzi Maitland-Niles. Keeper, sir.
All we got is Andy Maitland-Niles, Willock, and Willock and Nketiah. Just do them 3.
Torreira and Bellerin?
No, just forget about them. They're established players. Forget. We'll talk about the other 3.
Inzi Maitland-Niles. I'm out. So.
That's gonna be a no from me.
Mate.
That's gonna be a no for me as well, unfortunately.
No.
Okay, so Inzi Maitland-Niles out the
I
door.
just don't know where his best position is, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Guendouzi, I know I've been defending him here, but I'll tell you, Sonny said something so smart today, and he always says something smart sometimes, time to time, but he was talking about Guendouzi saying we should probably sell him while his stock is high before people figure out that he's a fraud or whatever. I'm not saying he's a fraud. I'm saying he'll probably do good wherever he goes because he'll go to a top club. But I think if Guendouzi was to be sold for around maybe 45 to 50 million, I'll take that in a heartbeat.
I'll take 45 quid for the geezer, bro.
Let me stop you right there. I don't think Guendouzi would ever go for that much.
Exactly.
Let's be serious.
Exactly.
He's on the ball for too long. He doesn't release the ball quickly. It's like he's taking too many touches.
But he's still got it. He's on the coach going home. He's still got the ball.
Like he's too stiff on the ball.
He's got the ball.
Too
It's just
stiff
like
on the ball, I
it's
can't
too stiff on the ball. It's taking about 15 vibes above.
So how much do you think a
Yeah, man.
Guendouzi would go
Like,
in
it
the
takes him
market?
like years. It takes he can't turn properly. Like, he takes too many touches.
Bro, if your hair was that long, you couldn't turn either, bro.
Like, any team, I don't think he would get into any team. Like, he's just maybe in the future, maybe, but yeah.
25 million, you won't get no more than 25 million for him.
I don't know. Maximus, you're laughing. What do you think?
Guendouzi, no, I would.
I don't know.
Right now, it's so. Here's the problem for me. I think right now wouldn't be the correct time to sell those players. I think their stock possibly would rise. Essentially, a player like Guendouzi.
Give me that picture, man. We know who the players are. Give me the picture.
I think his stock will rise, and I think now is not the right time to sell him. I just don't think he's quality, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I got rid of the picture. I want to show you guys this before we move on.
There's so many better players that we could have signed. We could have signed so many better players. Okay,
you guys see this?
You can.
The transfer exchange market has them at 36.45 million. That's what they're projecting his market value is right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's going to pay that for him, but yeah, sure.
That's a good point. Who would pay that for him? What would he bring to a team, to be honest with you? Apart from...
December of this year, I mean 2019, December 10th, he was up to 45 million.
What would he bring to a team, Miguel? What does he bring to a team, apart from hairspray products? What does he bring to a team? Apart from bounce and volume.
Passion and hunger.
He brings bounce and volume, bruv. Apart from that, he don't bring anything.
Passion and hunger.
Passion and hunger.
Here's the thing. Can I just say this? Because I'm probably going to leave in a bit. And I think, and I hate being harsh because obviously, like, I know we lost the game and I'm probably still a bit hot-headed. Although I did expect that loss. But here's the thing. I think we've been brainwashed in the last, 15 years. A lot of Arsenal fans have been brainwashed into thinking, Arsene Wenger created this whole atmosphere of, faith in kids. And now we're just carrying it on. It's just, blind faith in all of these, kids, no matter who they are. We tend to think they're destined to be something great. Just give them time. And no, it's just perpetuating year after year. We're not doing anything. We're not getting any better. In fact, we're getting worse because we're 9th in the league. And to be quite fair, I truly believe we're going to finish in a I'm not going to say mid-table, but I believe we're going to finish at 8th or worse, in my opinion. And that's me being, being optimistic.
You know what? Rafi's just asked a good question. He says, it's some random website. Rafi, I don't know about you, bro. You know, sometimes when you stream a game, you start getting all these pop-ups for porn. Right, I think this is when you go on porn when you get pop-ups for this random website. It's not worth 45 million quid, bro. It's not worth 45 million quid.
Yeah, we just have blind faith in these kids. I mean, everybody in football, we obviously we want to see these kids get better. Obviously, they play for the club. We love them, sure, but the truth is they're not good enough. They're not good enough, and we shouldn't be pinning our hopes on them. We should be looking at getting actual quality players in the midfield. We don't create any chances in open play anymore. I mean, it's weird. It's far-fetched from where we came a few years ago. Even when we were horrible, we were creating chances. We were just not putting them away.
Maximus, before you go, right, let me ask you a question. See if you get the answer to this one right, bruv. Which YouTube channel is the best Arsenal YouTube channel, bruv?
For me, honestly...
Okay, you're actually fucking thinking about it, or do you want me to fucking lock you off for good?
I'm just pissing you off, mate. But no, there's a lot of channels, man, where there's a lot of optimism. This channel is probably the best in terms of, giving everybody a voice. I think, no, definitely. People come on here and they're able to voice their opinions before somebody else, cuts them off or whatever. I mean, yeah, right? So I appreciate it. I appreciate being able to come on here, and everybody else here is able to, to share their views, right? These other channels, they're no soul. I don't want to say. I mean, I get it. Obviously, with YouTube and the money or whatever, you have to be careful. But some of these other channels, I look at some of the guys on. I'm not going to say the channel's name, but they come on there now, and their perspective is entirely skewed now. From where they were before. A lot of these guys.
Maximus, all I needed was a 3-word answer, bruv. Sunny TV.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can I say one thing about Guendouzi? Can we all agree that he does he does have a couple traits, but he's not the full midfielder. He probably brings, out of what you need from a midfielder, he probably brings like 2 to 3 traits that you need, maybe 10 good traits out of a midfielder. He probably brings 3 or 4 to the table, which is like he can do the odd through ball here and there. He does obviously register the ball, and his main good thing that I would say he does is when somebody's around him, he will make sure he engages with them and is physical. So even if he does get barged off the ball, they commit the foul first before he loses it.
Guys,
and honestly, that's me being deluded, of course.
5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. Let's get some new people on the stream. Come on, 5 more minutes. Have some new people have a say.
Yeah, I'm
Who
gonna
is the
jump
man
off,
of the
guys.
match?
I'm gonna jump off.
Everyone agrees it's Leno.
Maximus, big love, buff.
Later, Max. Appreciate. Guys, there's a spot
See you, mate.
available.
Take
Come
care.
on. Later, man. You leaving?
It's got right. Let's wrap it. Let's wrap it up. Come on. Murat, final words on where do you think Arsenal are going to finish at the end of the season?
Tough one, man. We've had a lengthy layout. Not everyone's fit as we saw today. I don't know, man. It's a hard one, to be honest with you, especially with everything going on in the world, and it is tough to say. I just hopefully on Saturday against Brighton we find our feet and we kick on and get 3 points, and who knows what's gonna happen, I guess.
Bro, all I want you to say is give me an answer. I thought you were going to get the Ibrahim tuck the Sess music out, bro, and get your suds out and the tissues and start crying. Where are Arsenal going to finish at the end of the season, bro?
I'm gonna say 5th.
5th. Right. That is a big call. According to Murat, the most positive Arsenal fan in the world. Murat is the most positive Arsenal fan in the world. Arsenal are getting a Champions League space. Wow. Big call. Big call.
No, 5th ain't Champions League, is it?
It is. If Man City get their ban upheld, it's Champions League, bro.
Yeah, if they get their ban, yeah.
That's a big call. That's a big call. Top striker. Where are Arsenal going to finish by the end of the season, bro? Top striker, you there? Go on, bro. Go on, bro.
Yeah. My wife is just bugging out.
You've gone from a top striker to being bloody.
If we get Champions League
Ikea.
this season, it's actually a miracle. Like, I don't even think we're gonna get Champions League at this rate, because Sheffield United is hiding us like 4 points, like, and they got promoted from the Championship last year. It's embarrassing. Like, I don't even know. Like, we need to sign quality players in the summer. If we don't invest, we're just gonna fall behind. We'll probably end up 11th or 10th. That's what I think.
Fitzjoseph, come on, Fitzjoseph, bro. Come on, man. Click on the link, bro, and come on the stream. Come on, my brother. Hey, Gal, where are we going to finish, bro?
Okay. We are right now in 9th, 1 point
man.
behind Spurs, 3 points behind Wolves. I think with the tough schedule of Liverpool, Spurs, who else? Leicester and Wolves, I say we're lucky if we get 7th.
You know what? You know where we're going to finish? As a man with veteran problems, if that was the Arsenal team, we're not going to finish at all because they've got issues, right? So until they fix their issues, they're not going to finish at all. So as far as I'm concerned, we're going to be 9th where we started.
Wow.
Because after what I've seen today, I haven't seen nothing positive at all. Nothing.
Yeah, I know, but don't forget, Sonny, like everyone, we've had such a lengthy time out. Not everyone's match fit. Everyone needs to get into, the sort of match sharpness.
The whole reason, bro, that's why today should have been a leveler, bro. Today should have been a leveler because Man City was not fit. And today was the only time we could take advantage of that.
Yeah, no, of course, but you gotta understand we're playing the champions of the league. Do you know what I mean? And half of our team are youngsters as well. We can't just throw them in there and expect them to have like an amazing game where we're gonna.
We're Arsenal, Bear.
I know, but sometimes you gotta, be a bit realistic. But to be fair, like I said, even when I saw the lineup, I was just like, I just didn't understand why we rested so many of the players. But then again, you can also understand we've literally been obviously off for so many months and not everyone's fit.
You know what, Vince has made a great point. Man City look very unfit,
Yeah, they might look unfit, but they've still got the better quality of players individually.
Sonny, remember we spoke about this, and I said fitness is gonna win, and clearly our guys had issues because 2 guys went down in the first like half an hour.
Fitz, how you doing, my friend? How are you? Can you hear us? Big up yourself, Fitz. How are you? You know what? Sometimes you need to save. Sometimes you need to save the best till last, right? Fitz, give me your wisdom, bruv. What's going on with this with Arsenal, man?
Well, like others on here, I'm not surprised by the result, right? And I'm beginning to not believe in Arteta. The man talks a good game all the time, saying, he wants players to be this certain way, not turn up late for training, always be smart, be direct, change the mentality. He keeps saying this, yet the performances don't back it up. I'll tell you the turning point for me was when they had the 2 weeks in Dubai. And he came back and said, oh, yeah, they really listened. They did this, they did that. I think it was a really good time. And they were shit. They were worse when they came back from before they left. They were shit. Now, I want to believe in Arteta. I really do. But honestly, mate, I'm seeing the same things. Why he never made any changes half time? I know there's this rule about you got his last substitution had to be all 3 players. But what did he see in the first half that warranted no changes in the second half? There was absolutely nothing. So he, regardless of what the rule was, he had to bring on all 3. He had to do it because we weren't defending. So therefore, he must have realised that Luiz was just not going to do it. So we need to push Man City a little bit more going forward because we had no shots on target. But he did nothing. He just left it.
Fitz, what was the game plan tonight, bro? What was the game plan?
There's this horrible myth that Emery had as well. Oh, if you do well in training, then I'll reward you. But why does it no matter how well you do in 90 minutes of football? That should count as well. All these bollocks that we can't see that happens in training, and they get rewarded for 90 minutes, and they're shit. So it's bollocks. Just look at what they do on 90 minutes. I don't give a flying fuck what they do in training. What can they do in 90 minutes? That's what counts.
Exactly. I mean, Pepe, bro. Pepe could change your game. Where was he? Where was he?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why the fuck was he there? Martinelli, why the fuck is he not there? Why? Joe Willock, I think there's something in Joe Willock. I think there is. But why the fuck he started yet another game and delivered absolutely nothing? And it took ages before he came off. And poor old Nketiah tried, but he should come off half time. Should come off. We've got to be ruthless. If you're not doing it, you're off.
Yeah, but the thing is, what's that saying about Lacazette, bro? What's that saying about that Nketiah can get in front of Lacazette? What's that saying about Lacazette?
Exactly. What does it say about Lacazette? Exactly. I just and poor old and Ozil as well. What does it say about these players?
Yeah. Fitz, where have you been? Fitz, where have you been, bruv? Where have you been? Why haven't we seen you before?
Because I didn't know you could come on like this. I had no idea. You
can't usually. Are you on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter, yeah.
Right, listen. Make a note of this Twitter, bro. Because I want you to message me on Twitter because I want you to come on the channel more often, bro.
I have already. I messaged you months ago.
DM me, please. DM me tonight, bro, please.
Add me too.
DM me because I lost my Twitter. It's a new Twitter account.
I'll tell you one more thing. I'll be controversial. Arsene Wenger fucked us over in his last 10 years.
That's not controversial, bro. I totally agree with you.
Fucked us over. He took the money, right, when he knew he had all the power. Yeah, he knew the banks would only give a loan if he stayed. And he should have thought football first. He said, I've got all the power. All right, if you want me to stay, you give me money to buy players. Not, I'm going to side with the board and I'll take a pay rise and I'll sell the good players again and again and again to balance the books. Yeah? Wenger, from a football manager, became an accountant and he fucked us over for 10 years. And you wait till the book out in October, it'd be full of excuses. But he should have been a football man and stuck with us. And now we're left with his last 10 years with a loser mentality. Arteta cannot get the loser mentality out of this club. The only way he can get it out of this club is to shift the players on. That's the only way.
You're 100% correct, and that's a perfect way to finish. Fitz, what's your Twitter handle, bro?
Missing apples.
Let me see if I can find you.
Why?
You know, don't ask me why. I just did that. I don't know why I thought missing apples. I just did it.
Oh, Fitz, are you that guy who used to always walk past my garden and nick all my apples off the tree, bro?
No, it's not me, mate. I don't even like apples.
But missing apples, have you got FPJ on top of that?
No, just missing apples on Twitter.
I can't find it. Have
I gotta find you.
Have you got a picture?
That's me, mate. Huh?
You got a picture on there?
Yeah, of Maldives.
When did you go on that romantic honeymoon, Fitz? Let's hear about the honeymoon.
I like the Maldives. We've been there plenty of times.
Lovely.
On a
Fitz,
serious note, guys.
Fitz, what are you doing again?
What am I
What?
doing now?
No, what's the girl doing? What are you doing? What
I
are you
was
doing?
doing random.
Listen, Fitz, do me a favour. I can't find you on Twitter, so can you please message me on if you see it going along the bottom, bro? Official Sunny One.
What's your handle?
That's my Twitter handle now. Official Sunny One.
Official Sunny One. Yep, I'll do it. Yep.
Send me a message on Twitter, and I want you to come on the channel more often. When's our next game? Is it Saturday, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
o'clock.
bloody Brighton, mate. I don't know if I'll go. Yeah,
3
if I
points
watch
in the
that.
bag, boys.
I can't
Oh,
take
man.
it anymore. Can't take it.
3
Yeah.
points in the bag.
Right, Saturday we got Brighton, boys. So Saturday. So what day is it today? Today's Wednesday, isn't it?
It's
Tomorrow-
Wednesday, yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to do a preview. We're going to do a preview for the Brighton game for Saturday, and then obviously
No,
Saturday.
tomorrow I got the guy, the former Man City player, coming on.
Oh yeah, cool. So we're going to do the breakdown. We've got a former Man City player, guys, tomorrow night, and we're going to dissect the game with a former Man City player, and then on Friday we're going to do a preview of the game for the Brighton game, and then Saturday after the game we're going to do what's the name? We're going to do a post-match reaction like we're doing on this on here. I just want to say to
Let me just
everyone.
respond to this 1 second. I'm doing good, man. And this guy said, I think the players are great. I'm not saying the players are great. I'm saying you guys are judging these guys because we miss football for 3 months. We come back and we have one bad game. Everyone is shit and everyone's got to go. Relax.
Keep your powder dry, bro. Keep your powder dry because we've still got another 9 games to go. We're going to get through this. They've got another 9 games to prove themselves, haven't they? They've got another 9 games to prove themselves. Right,
That
guys.
was exactly.
I'm down to go back to lockdown.
Right, listen. We're gonna wrap it up now. Please, everyone on Facebook. There's a lot of content that you're not seeing because you're watching us on Facebook and you're not seeing the rest of the streams. Yeah. So please go on to the link and subscribe to Saint TV Arsenal because there's a lot more that you need to see. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because this is the only channel which allows every single Arsenal fan to come on a podcast. Because we don't care what your Twitter following is, we don't care who you think you are, we don't care nothing. We're not all about names, celebrities, or nothing. As far as I'm concerned, you lot are the stars, yeah. Muller, thanks for your time for tonight. Fitz, Schooner, big up yourself, my bro. Big up yourself. Now your family, Fitz.
Right.
Real one.
Cheers,
Yo, add
brother.
me on Twitter also, eh? The Kitty G.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in the comments, love you all. Unfortunately, tonight was not our night, but let's be honest. Did anyone really expect it to be? We didn't, did we? But it's another pad and puff performance from Arsenal. David Luiz, thanks very much. Time to fuck off. Sunny TV Arsenal, we're out of here. Subscribe if you hate Tottenham. Subscribe if you hate Tottenham. Subscribe if you hate Tottenham. Subscribe if you hate Tottenham.